And welcome everybody to the YALIN WPA Men's World 8-Ball Championship. We have reached the quarterfinals, and yet again we have such a beautiful match for you to enjoy, as we have from Albania KACI up against from Greece Kazakis. Monster match, two players with a huge grind. I know two commentators that have a huge grind. George DHA and myself, Tim the Writer, grinding it out for you in the booth to try and go over all the shots. I will soon be joined by George. And as you can see, young KACI at the table. We've seen the older KACI, Eklund, winning 10-9. A very close encounter with Dennis Grabe earlier today. And this young man really has made some huge steps in the last year. Was starting to go travel a bit more. Started off with some national tournaments, so he was traveling, for example, to Sweden, Stockholm Open. He's won. I think he also went to the Interpol Open, so he was starting to go to. They are international tournaments, but not the biggest ones. And yeah, slowly started to win more and more, and then started to play the majors. He got to the quarterfinal or semifinal in the World 9-Ball Championship. Now he's in the quarterfinal of the World 8-Ball Championship, so he's been doing really well. And then he's missed that 14, a little bit surprising. So talking about the format, it's a race to 10, winner break. Of course, we are playing 8 balls, so it is call shot. No 8 balls on the break. Yeah, it was a pretty difficult leave he actually left for Alex there, who missed the first shot he swung at. Is he looking to bank this cross side? Just missed it on the side pocket point, and then once again a long shot on this 6 ball. But he does play a very nice straight in length of the table shot. And now he's in between the balls, so could be off to a flying start if he gets out here. Shooting to the side pocket, as you can see, quite awkward bridge hand placement. I gotta say, had to run to the 5-ball earlier on. Just feel like after the first couple shots, he wasn't really perfect in between the balls. So now could leave himself the angle on the 3 to scoot over for the 4 in the bottom left. Obviously, there's always going to be a little bit of early nerves in the start. I mean, especially the deeper you go in the tournament, and you're definitely going to realize the fact that you're in the quarterfinals. And he's missed that 3-ball. That is a very big surprise to me. Kazakis, who in general doesn't miss too many of the usual shots. I mean, he's always so steady, technique-wise, mentally. I mean, he has a huge grind, so quite shocking to see him miss the 3-ball. Can Claudio still get on the 15 or the 13? Does have a great natural angle to drop below the 4. There you go. So that means Claudio now on his way to open the first rack, or at least I'm expecting him to be out from here, from this position. 13 with low right. Or does he think he has too much angle? He's now looking at bumping into the 15. So as you can see, things are really not going as planned so far for both men. I like the cannon he's just played. Positive speed. Knew that the 2 balls were always going up table, so perfect on the 8. Now, I know his brother does break the balls quite firm. So I'm assuming that this young man has been putting some time in on the break too. Could see he did make a ball in his opening break. The other quarterfinals might be a little bit interesting actually who's still left. If you consider we had a really strong field, or still do, but of course already so many good players out. For example, Mario He is out. He lost to KACI 10-4 in the last 16. Shane Van Boning is out. He lost to Hayato Hijikata from Japan 10-6. Petri Makkonen, a player who is a little bit of a, well, I would say a suspect in this format, especially with how well he breaks the balls, but he lost 10-3 against Albin Ushan. Overall in the quarterfinal, we have Albin facing Badr Alawadi. Hijikata is facing Daniel Masiol, who once again is right in between the mix. He is having a killer time lately. He's killing it. And then Ekland KACI against Bryant Seguiped from the Philippines. And then, of course, this match to conclude the lineup. And I'm very sure they will be updating the scoreboard very shortly, so bear with us, guys. We know it's 1-0 Claudio KACI. And another opening chance for Kazakis. A dry break for the young KACI. A little bit of a bumpy bump there, but has landed on the 14. Now it's a little bit of a tricky layout he's got with the 11 ball that doesn't go to the top right. I'm not too sure whether the 13, the striped orange, goes to the left center pocket. That would make things a lot easier. Oh, and he's got the ball wrong. The only shot he's got on is that 9 ball. Well, from this angle, it might not even go to the corner where the 8 is laying. Well, luckily for him, that 13 still passed by all the balls on the left. So he's still alive, but gotta say, would like to get the cue ball a bit on the string. He's now straight in on the rail. Can play rail first. Oh. Uh-oh. I think he's landed behind the 5. That is... Well, I have to say, I kind of did like the rail first on that. Made you stay away a little bit more from the balls, but... Well, that's at least in the past. You will have to come up with a bit of a shot here. Oh, look at this. Beautiful cut into the corner. And this is exactly what I mentioned before when I said this man at the table has a monster grind. Like, actually, a couple times in this rack, I was thinking, well, he's not going to be running out. We will see KACI at the table, but yet he's still going. Does the 3 ball come into play? Does it block the 8? Is he still on the 8? That would be crazy. Might be just on. As you can see, a lot of right in the cue ball. Can cut the 8 a little bit more and still twist it over to the corner. Yeah, nice shot. Nicely played, and look at the smiles. I mean, it's funny how 8 ball can go at times, but I would say don't make this a habit, Alex. I mean, not everybody's got that strong of a heart. So now we will see Alex breaking from almost the dead center. Looking to break head on. Always comes with quite some power. Wow, absolutely crushed him. But it's gonna be looking dry. Now there is a cluster with the 5 ball, the 5 and the 13. Both oranges together. What a fruit fest. Just trying to look. There's not a lot of options he has. Thinking, is he on the 11 to where he can go 3 rails around, run into the 5 and the 13, and still have the 10 or the 9 as a backer ball, the insurance. Well, he has chosen to go solid and is now definitely going into the 5. Head on into it. Did leave the cue ball frozen to it. Well, needs to get to the 5 ball. So probably 5, 2, 7, and then the 8. Still some back and forth traveling, but that's just how things have been going for him. He's missed that 5 ball. That I am not really sure what I'm seeing right now. I'm currently rubbing my eyes to make sure I'm not dreaming, because we've seen Alex miss that 3 ball to the bottom left corner. Now we've seen KACI miss that 5 ball to the bottom left corner, and both of them really weren't the most difficult shots. Now ideally it's going to shoot the 13, but as we've seen quite a lot of balls going wrong towards the side pocket. He might have to just run into it. No, just chose to put himself a bit straighter. Yeah, nice stop shot. Still, that 14 needs to get out of the way. As you can see, the 9 does not go to all pockets with the 5 ball blocking the corner. So it will have to be on the top side of this view of the 9.
Extension.
As you can hear, the shot clock is on. Just took his extension. Going down for the 9 ball now. Let's see, is he going to try and play the 14 in the top right? Draw the cue ball into the left long rail. And then again, so many shots where you would think, oh, Alex could miss possibly. And he is managing. Alex definitely a great character. He's one of those players too that most of the other players, when they miss a ball, they actually start to play less good because it actually hurts them mentally. For Alex, I always find it interesting how he will miss, well, I'm not saying an easy shot, but a shot he should make. And then you'll see him the next couple racks or frames after. You can see him actually step it up in his game. That's just how mentally tough he is. There you see that 5 ball that cost Claudio the rack. Now, a couple scores in between. Albin Ushan 6-0 up against Badr Al-Awadi. Hayato Hijikata 3-1 up against Daniel Masjol. Nekland KACI trailing 3-1 against Brian Seguiped. He's gonna make the 12. Does he get any options at least? I mean, that's what you would like to have. At least the option to play solid or stripes. It's just funny how sometimes the balls can land to where you're forced into taking one or the other.
Two corner.
As you can see, nothing
Extension.
else goes. He's really wanting to go for solids. He's choosing this 2 ball. Very similar to the 3 ball he's missed think it was in the opening rack. Just gotta make sure to solve the 7 doesn't go to the top right, so probably got the 1 in, run into the 14, gives you some angle on the 5 to cross over, or is he crossing over right now? Using the 5 ball to get to the 8. So he's gonna try and get straighter on this 4 to be able to draw towards the 5. Now all players are allowed to stream their own matches in the Billiard series. So of course not when they are on the stream table, but anywhere else, all the other matches, they are allowed to stream. So in case you're wanting to watch your favorite player play and they're not on this stream table or the other one, we have 2 in action, then well, maybe you could try and look them up. Who knows, they might be streaming off their own YouTube page. Well, I'm definitely not trying to get rid of you though. I mean, I'm glad you all have been tuning in with me at Billiard TV. Tomorrow will be finals day. Tomorrow we will have the semi-final and the final to close out this great pool extravaganza in Bali. It's Kazakis now taking the initiative. 3-1 up and then break a run. Now, just watch his bridge hand. Usually it stays on the table, but now because he's trying to break as hard as he can, just look at him lifting it up, like putting everything in the shot. Dangerous for cue ball control, but look at how much he's crushing the break. And that 12 ball was going straight to the corner and got bumped away by the 14. So we have young KACI back at the table. Yeah, this time KACI playing a strong pattern. Is going to take away the one ball very shortly. I think I might like to play 4-1-6-5. Unless he feels like he was going to run into the 10. But to draw this back, always scary. Easy to strike it too firm or too short and not being on the 4. But he's managing.
Extension.
Well, did he get straight enough to be able to follow the cue ball, or does he have to run into the 5? Or will he not be able to make it at all? I'm not talking about pocketing the 6, I'm saying the shape on the 5 is a little bit tricky. That's why he's played the bump, he's played it well. Stun left into the long rail and out for the 8. I think in the first stage of the match it's just important to stay close in case you're behind, or well, just in any case try to stay close to your opponent. Then at some point you'll feel when the momentum is there, when it's time to go, when the break starts working for you, and that's where you have to be on your game. So first it's the grind, and then you have to capitalize on that momentum. That's exactly what Claudio has done. Nice clearance. Comes down back to the break. I mean, that's always has been the thing. I mean, I've been playing for now, is it 15 years, and I've never heard someone that won an 8-ball tournament saying, I could not make a ball on the break, but I just ran out every time my opponent had a dry break. That is just something that's not going to happen. People are going to have dry breaks, and people are going to be making balls on the break, and the one who makes the most balls on the break is most likely going to win the tournament, unless they're going to dog every ball around. So, for example, the last year Joshua Filler won the event. He was crushing the break, and it was just working on the right, at the right moments, the balls were going in. Now I've seen him post online that he lost, I believe, in the last 16 or last 32, and he said he just couldn't make a ball on the break. And well, I haven't seen it, so maybe it was just the break he was playing was just not quality enough to make a ball, or just seemed to be that way. So it really is all about the break, this 8-ball.
Hello, Tim.
Such a head-on. And there is my good friend George Teachea.
Finally got in. Oh, some crazy thing with my computer. Hello, everyone. And I see you're enjoying a great match here with Claudio and Alex Kazabubu. Score line is 3-2. Can you still hear me, Tim?
Yes. You're all good?
Alrighty, so we're finally in. Well, what a match you guys have started. Kazakis at 3-2. Tim's been doing a great job of leading you guys through here. I could hear him the whole time, but I could not speak to you. Lucky you. These guys have been missing some unusual shots, Tim, from what I just saw.
Yeah, especially in the beginning of the match. They were a little bit all over the place. Now suddenly they picked up probably the table speed and the stroke again. Last couple racks, it has been trading off the racks just because of the break.
You know, Tim, both players are undefeated to this point. Alex defeated Rizky from Indonesia 8-1, and then Luca Men. Oliver Villafuerte from from the Philippines, and Genesis Oano from the Philippines. So they've been playing some pretty good pool, but surprising, they both started off a little off. Alex is the #1 rated player in the WPA with an 823 Fargo. Gladio at 809. But it looks like Alex is going to take off with this game.
Extension.
And Claudio KACI, the rising Alpha Eagle from Albania, waiting his turn to come back into this match. Well, it looks like Alex has found his way back, Tim, with this break and run. I'm sorry, with this run out, he didn't break the balls.
Yeah, that's exactly the thing. Like, they have been sharing the racks because it has been a dry break fest so far.
And, you know, it's funny because we had that same thing in just the last match we commentated with Eklund KACI and Dennis Grabe. The break was just not happening for those guys, and they break so strong. And here we are finding the same thing here. They get their 6 games in, and they take their break. But interesting how that works sometimes. And, you know, compared to the run-out fest that we were seeing yesterday on the same tables. You want me to update these guys on the scores so far in the other quarterfinals? You've got Albin Ocean leading 7-0 over Bader Alawaldi. Hayato Hichikata, who just defeated Shane Van Boning, now leads Daniel Maciol from Poland 4-2. Eklund KACI, Gledio's older brother, is down 2-3 to the Filipino Bryant Saguped. And of course, Gledio is down 2-3. The brothers have the same scoreline as that. And one other little fact is that if the KACIs both win their match, they will meet each other in the semifinal.
Well, that would be a great payday for the brothers, of course.
Sure.
big money at stake.
70,000 first place, 40,000 second place. That's $110,000 for a nice trip to Bali. Combine it with a week's stay there, and what a great vacation. They were both in Ho Chi Minh City, where Gladio made the final 32, I believe, in the World 10 Ball. I wonder if they both make the final, if Predator gives them a bonus, since they are both Predator-sponsored players.
Well, there might actually be something in the contract. I'm not too sure. I mean, everybody's got a different contract, of course, but I do believe they have something for top finishes in World Championships, for example.
Well, you would know about that. But it's just, I said that in a kind of a kidding way, trying to get them a raise. But here's some stats. Kazakis at a 902 overall performance, controlling the table. He's 2 games ahead, so 4 games to 2, he would spend more time at the table. Break success, the same for both players. No fouls on the break. They're both getting a shot after the break. No fouls. And missed shots. Kazakis with 2 and Gladio with 3. Pocketed balls, of course, would favor Kazakis. And no fouls drawn or safeties. Well, whatever it was keeping me out, I'm glad I got back in. Hello to all you pool fans all around the world. Thanks for tuning in, and sorry about... I was sitting there just talking away with the opening and not getting anywhere.
Well, we are currently waiting for KACI to come back. Every 6 racks, the players get the opportunity to leave the arena for a break. It's not mandatory, but I would say whenever you get the opportunity, definitely take it. It's always nice to just freshen up. Could go get some fresh air outside or go to the restroom, splash some water in your face, do your restroom necessary things.
Scream out your frustration. Well, they have water next to them, Tim, so they must scream out their frustrations, walk out there and say, stop losing, start winning.
Well, how often I have seen this happen is that I went just casually to the restroom. I'm walking there. I walk in, I do my own business, and then a player comes in, and you know they're playing because they have their jersey on and everything. Walk in, all frustrated, punching the wall and all these funny things, like throwing things around. And I mean, I've been there. I mean, it happens quite often actually. I've seen quite some holes in the restroom.
Yeah, you got to vent. And all of you on Pro Billiard TV, on YouTube, if you want any information on these tournaments, it's all at the touch of your computer. ProBilliardSeries.com has all the info, upcoming events, results from past events. For instance, you can go on ProBilliardSeries.com and take a look at all the tournaments that were played in Ho Chi Minh City a couple of weeks ago, where you had the men's World 10 Ball. The Saigon Women's Open. And here we had the doubles World Championship, and Kazakis getting ready to break the balls in the leading 4-2 after the break. Ranked number 1 in the world is this gentleman right here, breaking the balls. Ball down.
Oh, and look how nice everything is spread from each other. Could go either stripes or solids. Only solid problem is the 2-3 ball, but it's a combination. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes for the stripes, though. I mean, 12-9. Use the 14 to get to the bottom side of the table. 11-10, 13-8.
Yeah, this should be a quick run out for Alex.
Well, that's I was explaining earlier also, the fact that most of the time in the beginning of the set, it's more of a grind your way into the match, just hang in there, stay close to your opponent if he's starting to run away a little bit, up to the point where you start making balls on the break, and that's where you just gotta ride the wave. You gotta make sure you're on that wave of momentum, and when you're on it, that's where usually the package comes from, and that's where you can take that comfortable lead, and that's exactly what's happening for Alex. Makes a ball on the break, has the perfect layout to extend his lead to 3, and he will still be breaking, so a lot more is possibly to come.
And you were very right about that. And these 3 stripes about to leave the table, and the 8 ball's all by its lonesome. And Alex will take another game and put it on the scoreboard. Keep in mind the time clock, 30 seconds. They only have 1 extension per rack. Both players want to get into the semifinal, which will be at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then the final at 3 p.m. And then the next tournament will be in Spain.
Well, perfect on the 8, perfect clean run out. This is for 5-2. In the meantime, there is already one result in the quarterfinals as Albin Ushan, he beats Badr Alawadi 10-0. That is huge.
You know, I've seen Albin play so well. At times he breaks the balls as well as anyone, if not better. And he can get on a run, and that's pretty much what it looks like happened over there with the 10-0. As Albin got on a run, got comfortable, and made it happen. What a great result.
Well, it has been a while since we've seen him come out on top of a tournament. How great would it be for him to come back in the best shape of his life to win the World 8-Ball Championship?
Too bad we can't look at the scoreboard and see how he got those 10 games. How many breaking runs did he have? Because he went through all 10 games in less than an hour.
I like the fact that he's giving it everything he has in his body. Has come up dry though, but I think the attitude, the brains behind the break is definitely a good approach for this format.
The referee right on top of everything. She's from Vietnam. Tran Han Lin. He's got to find a way to play the 2-ball. Looks like he can get to it from the 7-ball. Could probably get to it from here. Come across towards the 7 with the cue ball. This would be a pretty steep cut. If he would have come over in line with the 7 and the 2, then it'd be the time to take the shot, but might he go at the side pocket here, Tim? No.
No, I didn't think so, but we might still later on see him get on it. He might be able to get shape on making the 2. Like center of the table does work, I believe so.
Yeah, he just measured it, and he'll make he can stay right there for it. Wow. Nice play there.
Well, did use all of the pocket there. As you can see, Predator cloth still quite slidey, I would say. After, well, this is now day 7, I believe.
It's day 6. 7 would be tomorrow, the last day.
Now just one rail to play the 8 in the same corner as the 1 ball. Of course, better to run too far than too short. Perfect. Well, it's an important run out. I mean, any mistake could have cost him the rack, plus then again maybe another break run or 2 from Alex. So 5-3 really is not too bad. He's hanging in this match.
The important thing is he's back at the table, and he just did a table run, and now if he can get his break going, he can catch Alex and give Alex some chair time. But I'm still kind of surprised and wondering about that 10-0 score line with Albin Ocean. Maciol has closed the gap with Hayato Hichikata to 4-5, and Eklund KACI has lost ground. He is now trailing 2-6 over the Pinoy Bryant Sagiped. Sagiped. Hard to roll that. And the young 19-year-old from Albania. Who so far this year won the Bucharest Mez Open. Had a 5th place in Hanoi at the Open there in 2024.
Extension.
Well, another dry break for KACI. And now, if you look at the stripes, all in the open, just gotta connect the dots. Would like to take away the 14. It's easy to land wrong angle on the 14 to where you will have to bump the 3 or the 1. So that's a little bit of a shot. The 15 on the right side, not easy to get to because there's no other stripes near. Oh, and something funny happened with his bridge hand there. I'm not sure if you've seen that, but second he struck the ball, it kind of looked like he pulled his bridge hand to the side, just a slight bit. Could have caused a miss. Maybe some insecurity there.
A little dejected after missing that ball, but Claudio at the table. Little interesting information here. Claudio so far in tournament earnings has made over $83,000 in 2025. A lot of solid finishes. A first place in Pool and Billiards Hall of Fame 9-Ball Open, Premier League Pool, the Mez Bucharest Open, the World Pool Championships, the 3rd place finish. That was 50 grand right there. And he's in a quarterfinal right now. Even if he loses here, it's 87.50.
Extension.
Eklund and him won $10,000 in the men's doubles world championship with a quarterfinal finish. Uh-oh, that's not going in. But he's effectively blocked 2 balls for that left corner pocket.
Well, gotta say, was not expecting Alex to be back at the table. Was not really such a challenging run out, I would have said, if I looked
11
overall. Now, Alex going really aggressive on this run out. Is banking the 11. Does he have a similar plan for the 10 ball after if he makes it?
Yeah, I was going to say he might run into it, and he did, trying to get it off the rail, but has given up a shot.
Well, cue ball dead froze to the rail. Always awkward cueing to this side pocket. We've seen a lot easier shots being missed than this dead straight in 6 ball.
I like him shooting the 7 ball here, rail first.
7 corner.
Or if he can just make it without going rail first, just, oh, that works.
Well, the question is, does it? Might be facing a
Well,
long 2 or 3 combination.
it's lined up pretty good, Tim. I think he takes it on, and I think he makes it. Hard to play safe with a ball hanging in the pocket, so may as well go for it. Nope. Gave it a go, though. Everything's open for Alex.
Yeah, a bit painful for KACI. Like I mentioned, it's dangerous at this point to leave such good opportunities for Alex. Every time you have a dry break or you miss a ball, you should expect to actually lose 2, 3, maybe 4 games in a row. That's how things can go with 8 ball when the break starts going your way. So you easily put like a 3 or 4 on someone. Well, easily, you still have to play well, of course, but I'm saying it can really just give you the perfect opportunities all of a sudden.
Yeah, for the most part, 8 ball on a 9-foot table is much more an offense game than a defense game. Both KACI brothers are down in their sets. Can they and will they come back? And with this 8 ball, they'll both be down exactly 6-3.
Yeah, as he fires it in. Now 6-3. And breaking. Just barely stayed alive on that break, but yet dry. And then a couple of innings on both sides. Here's that missed 12 ball. Then it was Gladio's turn to go for the run out. But here you see,
Yeah, he missed.
3 balls missed.
Well, in your all-Filipino final of the Women's World 10-Ball Championship, Cheska leads Rubalin Amit 1-0, and they are tied at 2 in the second set. It's a 3 out of 5 race to 4 set final. Cheska put on an amazing performance in her semifinal match. Versus Lu Shasha. And looks like she's continuing the high level of play against her, I guess you could call her mentor and country lady, fellow Pinay, Rubalin Bingay Amit. And back to this arena with Cledio and Alex. And I didn't know his nickname until just a few days ago. Kazabubu.
Well, do we see anything special here, George? Maybe the 13, some issues?
He's got to get good on this 15. I think he's there now. Can he slide up by the 13 for the side pocket on the left? Not at that speed.
13 side.
Well, is he playing the... Yeah, he's playing the 13 off the 6 in the side.
And that should clear off the rack for him. He can play the combo with a 9 and then run up table and take care of that corner. Where's the 6 ball going to move if he hits it is the problem. See, now he's got a problem with a 9 ball. The 9 ball would be a bank for him
10 corner.
if he wants to run out. He'll be able to bank it to the side pocket. Or does it go by the 5? I don't think it goes by the 5, does it?
I mean, from this view, I would say no. But
Extension.
they have a little better view, of course, in real life. I don't mind the bank on the 9. I mean, it should be... If you can get as straight as possible on it, it shouldn't be too difficult, and you don't have to do too much for the shape on the 8. Nice view of the Predator bridge.
Oh boy. What do you do here, Tim? Can't get the 9 ball past the 5. Can't get to the 11 ball.
Well, I don't think he's still on there. He might still be on it.
Oh, he could be the way he's aiming. Wow, he is, and he's got position for the bank.
9 side.
Can you get the cue ball away from the 6 though? to come around for this 8-ball or just get an open shot on the 8-ball.
Wow, yeah, this is starting to look real bad for Claudio. He's now had a couple opportunities which he hasn't finished. And with Alex on an open layout, and if he makes the one to the side, I think, well, I wouldn't be too worried about running out.
Attention.
The 3 does go to the bottom right. Can play the short side of the 5-ball. Chose to go directly to the 3-ball. Which I like because the 6-ball is partially being blocked by it. So if he can solve the 3-6 as soon as possible, the sooner the better.
If he could shoot this 3-ball, he would have shot it by now. So it doesn't go. He can't get to it. But he can get to these balls now. Nice opening there. I don't see anything going wrong here, Tim.
Well, he's opened up the 3-6 in time and now on his way for 7-4. Scoreline going a little bit different than his brother. KACI now down 6-4 against Bryant Guipet. This will be 7-4, so a slight difference.
And down goes the 8-ball. And Alex to 7. 7-3 over Claudio. Brother KACI is now 5-6 against Saguiped. And Hijikata 7-5 over Maciel. And of course, Albanosian is into the semifinals with a scoreline of 10-0 over Bader Alawaldi. And the ladies in their 10-ball match are tied 1 set apiece. Centeno versus Amit. Joshua Filler, your reigning champion, was eliminated by Petri Makkonen from Finland. And Shane Van Bonen was eliminated by Hayato Hijikata.
Well, I mean, I don't think we will have to be surprised at this point because Kazakis just had another dry break. These numbers are absolutely crazy at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just kind of dumbfounded. Yesterday, in a couple of the matches that we did for the 8-ball, they were making 2 and 3 balls on the break in quite a few different places. I mean, at least one. And here, in the last match we just did, it was between Grabe and Eklund. It was very few balls made on the break. And here we are again in a later match and the same result. What changed in the building? What changed between yesterday and today? The referee racking? Humidity in the arena?
Well, I just don't feel like it's a referee racking because if you look at it, the 8-ball is most of the time staying quite near where it's racked. So that usually tells me it's a quite decent rack. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and look at the spread. You know, they're getting a great spread.
Yeah.
When you're getting a great spread, you're usually making balls.
Yeah, that's what I was going to add too. The fact that the spread is so well, if they move all over, you have a good chance. And talking about a good chance, this is a huge chance for Alex. I think if we're going to have 8-3 on the scoreboard, I'm not going to say it will be impossible for Claudio, but I think he might be in big trouble.
Well, the only way to come back from 8-3 is to put a package down. And you have to make balls on the break.
Now crossing over to the 1. As you can see, the 9 is obviously blocking the bottom right. So the 1, 6 and the 8 won't be able to go there. So that's the little bit of maneuvering to do in this rack.
Yeah, he's got to see if he wants to play the 6-ball from where he's aiming right now, or can he get back just to the right of the cue ball now and play the 6-ball to the opposite side. He can't from this angle, so he's going to have to go forward. Yeah, he's in pretty good shape here. You can follow this 6 and get on the 5, from the 5 to the 3, from the 3 to the 4, And then from the 4 to the... Ooh, he can't. He'll have to come across for the 8. So will he play the 5 ball last? I don't think so. Not the way they lay here. Well, for those of you that doubt YALIN KACI, they are tied at 6. YALIN and KACI tied at 6 now.
Well, he has the perfect angle on the 4 to cross over for the 8 in the bottom left. 8-3 could be very possibly coming very soon.
And 8 ball is down, and it does go to your very soon 8-3.
Well, with Alex being up 8-3 and breaking to get on the hill to arrive at the mountain. Tough times for Claudio in the chair. But you gotta be fair, he's been also missing a couple opportunities on the table. Sure, when you break the balls well and you make a couple balls, it also makes you play well. He hasn't. He's been just grinding every time on Alex's mistakes and has made some mistakes himself by doing so. Alex now going from the side, George. Gave up the center break.
Well, he hasn't any success in the center break, so he's moving around. Makes sense. Let's see what he does. See if he goes second ball or if he's going to go straight. He's going straight at the head ball. Oh, there goes the 9. He made a ball. So good decision to move to the side. It paid dividends. 11 balls tied up, but the rest of the table's open. And he has to develop a shot for the 11 and the 8. I think I like the solids.
Three corner.
He can try and open up the 8 ball now, but he wants to do it soft, though, because he could send the 8 ball up to the 2-7 and block those balls. So he's got to be careful how he opens up the 8.
Extension.
Oh, that's missed.
Oh. There goes the chance to get on the hill first. He's left the door open. Now the only thing KACI has to do is kick it in. The door, not the ball.
You know, one of the things that we saw KACI, Kazakis make a ball on the break, and KACI has not been making balls on the break. So it'll be interesting to see if he moves to the side like Alex did.
Well, he has been breaking from exactly the same position before, just like Alex.
Okay.
But it just wasn't working. So that's actually the odd thing. They've broken the balls exactly the same way, and it did not work for Claudio the whole match. But now suddenly it worked for Alex. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's sometimes no control on that. Besides trying to hit him, well, right in the face and good power, good energy, etc. But you need that luck.
Coming back for the 15 here with a little bit of a draw. And then he has to get underneath the 5, between the 5 and the 6, to close it out. Oh, and look what he just did here. Out comes the jump cue, I think.
Yeah, must make on this 15, and also he's going to be far away from this 11 ball if he makes it. Well, that's the first hurdle.
Corner.
Oh. Now, he is blocking a ball to the bottom left. But you can just not expect to win the rack when you're missing the ball before the 8 or the 8. Alex is definitely going to like to clear these up. Straight on the 5 gives an angle on the 7 to run underneath the 4. So I think I would like to play 2-7-4. 2 either in the right center pocket or in the top right corner. And then 6-8. He's very fortunate to get back to the table after that missed opportunity.
Yeah. The only thing that saved him was KACI overrunning the position for that 15 ball and having to jump it and not being able to come off the rail for that 11. Eklund and Sagiped probably still on break since they're at 6-6. Eklund will be breaking when he comes back, so. Alex in a tough place here. He's got to come with a shot here.
Wow. Some great queuing. Still not over yet. Expecting him to go around the 4, right? Into the left long rail. Low right spin.
He can go into it too. He can go to the rail and come back out and hit the 4. But I think he can go, well, maybe he can run into the 11 and stop it for the 4.
Very easily missed on the thick side.
Yeah, that's
You see,
Yeah, he went into the ball first.
but he did that same thing like he did earlier. You could see his bridge hand like move outwards. Very weird thing, actually. This is gonna be interesting, George, because the 4 does not go. He might be able to shoot the 4 off the long rail of the 11 in the corner. Is he going to try and follow this? And he was trying to play it safe, blocking the corner.
Yeah.
He hasn't. How did he not get on the hill here, George? This is a miracle for KACI. Needs a good shot on the 8, but I would
Eighth
be
corner.
ecstatic to still get another chance. And even if you play with
Yeah.
top left and bring the cue ball to the top left corner, you cannot really lose.
Now it's tough for Kazakis. I think Alex has one of the best sponsors with that home burger,
Four
his
corner.
brother's burger shop. Again,
Yeah, probably
leaving
the best thing he could have done, I think.
difficult shot. The cue ball's going to head towards the side pocket at the bottom of the screen there.
Oh, he's missed the 8 again. All
And missed
over
it
the
badly.
place, is he? Yeah, probably the best thing he could have done on that shot. I don't think he could have gotten much better. Still, the cut. And if he's nervous, who knows what might happen. But this is to get to the mountain. Will we see him on the hill?
And down it goes, and he is, as you say, on the mountain, ready to take that leap into the semifinal. And Hayato Hijikata has just defeated Daniel Maciol 10 games to 5. And Brother KACI trails now 7 games to 6 to Bryant Sagiped. See, that shot right there is what cost him that game, because he couldn't get the cue ball down for position. Made a nice jump shot, but And some stats. At 9-3, Alex has worked his way up to an 886 overall performance. Still not that good at the break success. Still no fouls. Missed shots have really added up for Gledio. He's got 9 missed shots. And because of that, he has only 3 games to show for the 45 balls he's pocketed. I guess the brothers didn't want to play each other, but Eklund's hanging in. They're tied at 7.
Oh, he's found it. He's found a way to make balls on the break. That's 2 in. And the layout. Scrappy 4 and the 15 though. Second ball break. Have we been crushing the break all this match to find out the second ball break might have worked the best?
I think he'd like to have the solids. But he can't get to any of them. Does the 7 ball go? Because the only problem he has with the solids is the 2-4. So he's taking stripes. Well, it looks like the 9 ball may go by the 5. But he's pretty straight on this 13 ball. So getting it off the bottom rail's going to be tough.
Well, he is leaving that 15 on quite some time. Needs to still open that. As you see, the 9 does go to the bottom right, so it's just a matter of making the 10 get on the 12. Oh, yeah, he put a little bit of body on there. Could you see a little bit of forward movement? Usually pushes the ball thick.
Will Cledio bank the 2 ball to open up the 4? Or is he coming at it now? Oh boy, that should
Well, he's played a not so great shot actually. Sure, he's maybe not supposed to scratch on it, but he was also supposed to land into the 4. And this might be the final visit to the table for KACI in this World 8-Ball Championship. I think I would play 9, 14, 10, and then the 12-8. Could also play the 14 now and just land in between the 3 balls. In that case, you always have the option.
He's going to come over to where his hand is.
Well, could even play the 12 first. 12 and then play the 10 towards the 8. Have to say, George, looks like Kazakis is going to survive this match, but he'll definitely have to play better tomorrow to win the championship.
Well, maybe he needs that night's rest, because they won't play till 11 o'clock in the morning. And he will be playing the winner of Brian Sagui-Bed and YALIN KACI.
Extension.
Perfect speed, straight into the side pocket. Kasa Boo Boo moves in to meet